Hello and welcome to my channel Becoming Bev. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some easy van meals. Now, to be honest, I'm not really much of a cook. Like some people start thinking about food when they wake up in the morning and they start planning what they're going to have for lunch or what they're going to have for dinner. And I've never really been like that. I've been more like, all of a sudden it's like, I'm really hungry. What can I eat? So I love having some just easy go-to meals, and I'll share with you some of my favorites. So a few years ago at Christmas time, I had this great idea. I saw these little strawberry Santa Clauses on Pinterest, and I thought I could make those, and they're so cute. I went out, I bought all the ingredients, and I made these strawberry Santa Clauses. Well, I'm going to tell you, mine didn't look anything like the ones in the pictures, and I pulled out 3 of my favorites out of the whole group to just kind of highlight. And if you've ever heard the term Pinterest fail, I think that these strawberry Santa Clauses would be a perfect example of a Pinterest fail. So I'm going to share some really easy meals in the van, and most of them only have a few ingredients. For example, I'll share with you how to make these delicious fish and chips. And then I think I should go straight to cornbread. And on that note, you could even do like banana bread. I'll show you my favorite way to make a sandwich. I'm thinking I should toss in some corn dogs. And my all-time absolute favorite, this yummy creation, a chili cheese dog. Okay. All right, that's enough of that. All right. Now, on a serious note, I'm going to unpack the fridge and show you my favorite go-to van foods. Okay, so I've got the passenger swivel suite. I have the passenger swivel seat turned around facing the back of the van, and I have the van refrigerator right here next to me. So I really love where I have it placed because I can use this as like a little side table. I've Velcroed the tray on top of here, and then I can also access it from that other seat as well. So I can just open this refrigerator, pop the top up, and lean it up against the dashboard, and then I have access to everything in here. So I feel like what I want to do is show you guys some of my favorite go-to items that I always keep in the van. So the first one I'll share with you, this white meat chicken salad with cranberry, celery, and pecans in it. So I love eating this just on almond crackers, and I'll show you my favorite brand on that. I like keeping these Lite Fit Greek yogurts in here. They're only 80 calories and just a few grams of sugar. I've been working out, so I've been keeping these protein shakes in here. They have 30 grams of protein and only 160 calories. Keep a little bit of fruit in here, apples and oranges today, and a lemon. I love this jalapeno artichoke dip. So I eat this with the almond crackers, or I can eat it with just little baby carrots. And this also makes a really delicious grilled cheese sandwich. So I use pepper jack cheese and nutty bread. I keep those items in a little plastic shoebox in the top of the fridge. That way I'm not always digging out everything to get to what I need. And these are like easy, quick go-to meals. I always keep a pitcher of iced tea and half and half for my coffee cream. Like typically I like to do a little bit of meal prep, especially since I'm eating nice right now. I buy this rotisserie chicken that comes in a container like this. It's already cooked, it's ready to eat. You can warm it up if you want, but you don't have to. Another one of my go-to favorites is this bagged salad. My favorite is the Kale Pecan Cranberry. And typically I'll just open the bag and stir up all the ingredients in the bag, and I can get 2 nice salads out of this one bag. Then I always have baby carrots in here. This is something that I think is a good idea. So this is basically just a little plastic egg carton. So when I do buy eggs in the store, I just keep them in this little plastic carton, and that keeps the carton from getting smushed and breaking. Just like that. So I think that's a handy little, necessary item to keep in the car fridge. I also keep this little container with things like ketchup and mustard and Chick-fil-A sauce. And I like that better than having like a separate bottle of ketchup and mustard and mayonnaise and that sort of. I've been doing some meal prep, so I have a couple of these little containers. This one has chicken and Brussels sprouts in it, and I had sweet potatoes in this section, but I ate all of them. And then I just keep a couple of drinks inside, a couple of little adult beverages. Like I felt like I had to try this one out because it's Bev sparkling rosé wine. And that's about it for the car fridge. This is some of the stuff that I keep in the drawers. And these are the basics. These are things I always have with me. But I always have these nut thin crackers, refried beans, peanut butter. I love almonds. I keep my iced tea there, tortilla chips in a baggie. I love to spoil myself once in a while with biscotti with my coffee, pistachios, tuna, Quest bars, and then my favorite maple and brown sugar oatmeal. A little bit of cooking oil, coconut oil, and Crisco. So that's just a couple of easy van life go-to food items for me. Now I want to share a couple of other things. I want to give you an update on my scuba diving classes. I had some pretty good anxiety around doing what I was calling the mask flood exercise. Basically what you do is you take your scuba diving mask off underwater, completely off of your head, then you have to put it back on with it full of water and clear the water out of the mask. Well, 3 out of the 4 times that I did it in the swimming pool, I almost had a bit of a panic attack. So all week long, I was thinking about doing this open water dive, and just my stomach would get into knots every time I thought about it. I get to class and I tell the instructor, I'm having some anxiety about doing that one exercise. And he looks at me and goes, "Oh, you'll be fine." He called it a mask clear. And it occurred to me that I'd been calling it a mask flood the whole time. And I thought, what a difference that word makes. And I felt like it's just another example of how powerful our words are, and the different association in my body calling it a mask clear instead of a mask flood. I did the open water dive, came my turn to do the mask clear exercise. He points at me, gives me the signal, and I took about 4 deep breaths and I did it just perfect. I completed my open water dive certification in BonneTerre mines in BonneTerre, Missouri. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that, but it's pretty cool. So the mine opened like in the late 1800s and closed down in 1962. When they closed the mine down, they shut off the pumps that kept all the water out of the tunnels. And now they maintain it through a pumping system, but basically it's a 10-acre underground lake with crystal clear water. The temperature of the lake, I believe, was 58 degrees when we did the scuba certification class. I'm not gonna lie, it got a little bit chilly. At one point, half of my body was quivering. I don't know why the other half wasn't quivering, but the whole left side of my body was just quivering. I'm like, that's so weird. So I have my dive certification now, and I have a trip to Puerto Rico planned at the end of the month, and I get to experience what it's like diving in warmer waters. But I want to say a thank you to the folks at Weston Dive School for their excellent instruction and their kindness and their patience. Now next, I'm hoping that my next video is a tour of the bus and that it's complete. Our 1973 MCI Challenger bus is coming right along. I've been busy making curtains for it this week and taking them down and remaking them, but I think I'm just about there. And then I'm also excited, in a couple of weeks, my friend Dee from the YouTube channel Lady Bug Out is hosting a van meetup, or a camp meetup, I guess I should say. She's only inviting people who are Patreons to her YouTube channel. So I'm actually excited about that. I'm excited to meet them, and I always love spending time with Dee and hanging out with her. So I'm hoping she'll let me do a video of that event as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you ever want me to make you a chili cheese dog or some fish and chips or cornbread, you just let me know. You keep watching and I'll keep posting content. So my favorite is the kale pecan cranberry. My favorite is the kale pecan